What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Easy and I'm back with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. So everybody was asking, where's Derrick James? Where's Derrick James? After his fighter, Errol Spence Jr. took a step back, humiliating defeat to Terence Crawford, a pound-for-pound king of boxing. Should be the face of the sport, because he's been doing so much in the sport of boxing. He hasn't been getting his credit. He finally gets his credit after a win over Errol Spence Jr. And everybody kept wondering, where is Errol Spence Jr.'s trainer, Derrick James? We need some answers, because we know Errol Spence wasn't going to come out and give us the answers we need, because Errol's not really that type of speak-out type person. And he probably needs some time to heal off the loss and finally get over it. Here's a guy who's been winning at the highest level, never tasted defeat yet. His first time tasting defeat, he might not know how to handle it. Hopefully he bounce back like a true champion and come back to the ring. But with that being said, Derrick James, a lot of people wanted answers from Derrick James, the trainer of Errol Spence. Some people want answers because we want to know why he didn't stop the fight sooner. There's a lot of answers, bro. We want to know why he didn't stop the fight sooner. We want to know why the fight went the way it went. He told us it was going to be a different fight. He told us it was going to be a one-sided ass whooping. Errol Spence is going to break Crawford down. That was not the case. And Derrick James, he finally responded. And you guys won't believe the response he gave us. It wasn't a response we was looking for, even though we was looking for a response. But he gave us a response we definitely didn't expect. He completely threw Errol Spence Jr. under the bus. Unfreaking believable, guys. Derrick James literally threw Errol Spence Jr. under the bus. I'm going to tell you what he said. In a recent interview, we know Derrick James got a lot of fighters in his camp. He got guys like Ryan Garcia. He got really big names in his camp. I don't know if he can deal with all of those guys. He got Jermell Charlo about to fight Canelo Alvarez. He just had Anthony Joshua about the Anthony Joshua fight Robert Helenius. He's getting a lot of money. So some people was probably thinking, hey, he may not be training Errol Spence as serious as he was, because he has a lot of responsibilities to worry about. But that could be the case as well. I mean, it is what it is. Only time will tell. Only time will tell if that's the case, if he's not taking Errol Spence Jr.'s training well. Because even Derrick James says Errol Spence didn't look too good. Like, what are you talking about? You're the trainer. You're supposed to make sure your fighter is in fighting shape and ready. If you believe your fighter wasn't in fighting shape or ready to go, because let's be real, the trainer, Derrick James, was in the back room with Errol Spence the whole time. The whole time before Errol Spence even stepped foot in the ring. So if anything went wrong or anything transpired in the back room, I'm pretty sure Derrick James would be the first one to know. The fact that he wasn't sure what happened to Earl makes no sense. Pretty much my take from that is Derrick James is completely throwing Errol Spence Jr. under the bus, guys. Completely throwing his fighter under the bus. Instead of taking some accountability for what happened, he's completely throwing Errol Spence Jr. under the bus. And if Errol Spence was a smart guy and he's seen that Derrick James threw him under the bus, he would be looking for a new trainer right now. This is almost the opposite situation with Deontay Wilder, where Deontay Wilder threw his trainer under the bus. But in this case, Derrick James has thrown Errol Spence Jr. under the bus. This is unbelievable stuff. He said he blames Errol for the loss. He says it looked like something was off for Errol. I don't know. What is he insinuating? What is he trying to say? You're the trainer. How do you not know when something is off with your fighter? Somebody let me know in the comment section. The trainer doesn't know when something is off with his fighter. He should have knew that when he hit that man with a hook during the pre-workout, he hit that man with a clean hook when Errol Spence workout. Derrick James literally hit him with a clean hook when he was giving mitt work. He was giving mitt work to Errol, and then Errol couldn't keep his hands up to block the mitt. Derrick James hit Errol with a clean hook. I mean, it was so obvious. I mean, when you seen that as a boxing fan, you seen that. You should have knew Errol Spence. Either Errol Spence was nervous or Errol Spence wasn't as sharp as he should be. Maybe because of the layoff, because he did had a long layoff, man. I told you guys that Errol Spence, this fight was supposed to be Errol Spence cash out fight. Because why would you take a long layoff and then jump into the biggest fight of your career? I understand he talks about no tune-ups in this. It goes to show you he didn't have no respect for Terence Crawford. He didn't respect Terence Crawford's skill set. He didn't respect nothing Terence Crawford brought to the table. And that was his downfall. He was like, man, this guy is too small. He's not what they say he is. I remember years ago he says this guy with smokes and mirrors. He told us what he was going to do to him. Even going into the fight, he said, I'm going to break this guy down mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It's going to be a one-sided ass whooping. And that's exactly what it was, but the complete opposite. Crawford took advantage of him. Crawford was just too slick in there. I just recently seen an interview from Crawford on Sway, and Bud was talking about he been studying Spence. He like, yo, I've been studying this guy. I've been studying this dude for a long time now. And the crazy thing, Bud said exactly what Bob Arum said. We got to give Bob Arum more credit than we do. Bob Arum he really knows the sport of boxing, bro. He really do. Because Bob Arum, out of everybody who was talking about this fight, breaking this fight down, Bob Arum was the only one on point. You know why he was on point? Because Crawford repeated the same thing Bob Arum said. Crawford said, when I watch Errol Spence, when I was watching his fights, I noticed he only been in the ring with two southpaws. So I knew going into this fight, me fighting him southpaw was gonna be the difference. And it goes to show that was the difference. Southpaw don't like to fight southpaws. And that was the difference. So Bob Arum knew what the hell he was talking about, guys. So Crawford on Sway, he stated, he said, I fought Errol Spence Jr. southpaw because he only been in the ring with southpaws, only two southpaws. That means he was pretty much saying, guys, that Errol, he wasn't too fond of fighting southpaws. But anyway, guys, what do you think about the fact that Derrick James threw Errol Spence Jr. under the bus, saying he blames Errol Spence Jr. for the loss, saying he believed, damn, man, all these freaking cop cars and shit. I'm outside trying to do this video, y'all. All these cop cars and ambulance keep going by. I'm outside in the city of Philadelphia doing this video. And all these cop cars and ambulance and trolleys and stuff. But anyway, what do you guys think about what Derrick James said? The fact that he threw his fighter under the bus. And he probably not taking Errol Spence Jr. seriously because he's making so much money from Anthony Joshua. He's making a lot of money from Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo. So Errol Spence is probably not his top priority. But what do you guys think? You think Errol Spence should let Derrick James go after Derrick James threw him under the bus? I think so.